Hello, hello, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dream weaver. We are here in week 6 of the Amazed and Amused campaign. It is Wednesday, so we're going to go over the chakras today. Yesterday was Totem Tuesday. We went over just an introduction to the paradox section of the relation stage of the journey. And paradox is the last section of the relation stage before we go into the transformation stage. We come out of the realization stage and all these theories and new ways of thinking and realizing we need to do things differently to be healthier or to build the life that we desire. And so once we realize when we go into the relation stage, then we actually start taking more actions to put what we've realized in our theories into practice. And then once we start doing that and fully embrace that, we go into the transformation stage. So that's exciting too. Okay. But back to the relation stage and the paradox section. Our animal totems are skunk, wolf, dragonfly, and alligator. And it's really about our chakras. Once we get to the paradox stage, we have a balanced, all the chakras in our torso are balanced. Our first, second, our root chakra, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, our heart, our throat are all balanced. The energy is flowing up and down. And we definitely need that. We are going to start opening in this stage is where we start opening our 5th chakra more, because that is the gateway into our upper chakras, into our 6th and our crown chakra, 7th chakra, third eye chakra. But first we've been focusing on our heart. Yesterday we talked about, or Monday we talked about pyramid pose is our pose for the week to really strengthen our heart center and have our minds bow to our hearts in the heart center. So when we accept what is and communicate our truth with honesty and conviction, we enter the realm of the upper chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. As our heart chakra balances the energy system during the relation stage of the journey, our energy not only continues to move up to the 5th, 6th, and 7th chakras, but also flows downward when we reach this point in our journey. Our chakras are balanced and healthy, allowing our energy to flow freely both up and down our torso. The free flow of energy through the chakras and through our bodies is a dynamic process that sends energy both upward towards spirit and freedom and downward towards soul and manifestation. The healthier we are, the fewer blocks and leaks we have, and the more efficiently our energy flows. As we strengthen our chakras, they are able to both contain and move more amounts of energy in the direction needed to maintain a dynamic balance each day. When we expand our comfort zone, we strengthen our chakras by allowing for new energy flows. This increases our ability to manage a broader spectrum of emotions and events in our lives. So that's just kind of a broad overview of as we're strengthening and building a good foundation in each of our chakras and using our animal guides to support us. And so let's see, let's go into paradox. And see what we can find. Oh, and it's also the Leo season. So if you want to learn more about, tomorrow is the new moon in Leo. And yesterday the Leo season began. The sun entered whatever it needs to enter, the Leo section of the sky. I'm going to get to skunk. There we are. We're at paradox. So during the paradox section, if our chakras are healthy and balanced with the energy flowing both up and down, like we just said, we're able to see past duality and understand at a level that rises above right and wrong. When we have an open 6th chakra with a strong intellect and active intuition, we are not confused by seeming disparities of our experience. We are fascinated by complexity of the world, and we are awed by the beauty of nature. When we learn to see duality and paradox with wonder and accept the mysteries of this life, we are well on our way to trusting ourselves and accepting the world as is without the need for exclusive categories or elite titles. A healthy 6th chakra can move energy both up and down and opens us to greater freedom while also increasing our ability to manifest the life of our dreams right here, right now. When our heart, throat, and third eye chakra are aligned and in sync with the lower chakras, which is the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root, we hear our truth, we speak our truth, and we act from a place of truth. This allows us to build healthy relationships with ourselves and with others. Skunk, wolf, dragonfly, and alligator join us for the paradox section of our journey and the final leg of the relation stage. These guides support us as we practice listening, speaking, and acting from the truth deep within. We work to shift our perspective and move to more fully embrace I am life, letting go of the victim mindset that mistakenly thinks life is happening to me and continually asks, why, wah, wah, wah. We know we've entered the paradox section of the journey when our theories and mantras are clear and simple, but taking action that aligns with these untested theories borders on terrifying at times. We can easily find an endless supply of motives to motivate and guide us. Just do it. Believe in yourself. Take it or leave it. Today is the greatest day of my life. Don't worry about a thing. No one can make a bigger difference in my life than me. I have the power to choose my state of mind, etc., etc., etc. The list goes on, revised and revamped to fit the latest fad or start a new trend that promises to make us happier, healthier, smarter, richer. While these platitudes are very appealing in their simplicity, until we actually practice them, we will not dig deep enough to reveal the blood and guts, sweat and tears it requires to align theory and practice and move beyond duality. In theory, I believe in the possibility of many spiritual and religious awakenings. In practice, I'm pretty cynical for a hippie chick who can be very impractical while at the same time continually creating practical justifications for her impractical actions. So that just gives a little introduction into the paradox and how it allows us to kind of move past the duality, get past. And one of the issues with if we don't move past the duality, it's we get stuck in us versus them, and we start pointing fingers instead of seeing that we are all, like that basis for Amazed and Amused, for the healing journey, is that we are all connected, that my fate is tied to yours, and to act from that common belief. Oh, all right, so let's learn a little bit about skunk reputation. What lessons can we learn from observing this small creature with a big reputation? Have we built a reputation of respect, warmth, and sincerity in our lives, or have we attempted to get by using fanciful words and hoping our good intentions don't need follow-through, often leaving a smelly mess for others to clean up? The medicine of skunk guides us, pointing us out the paradox that is often present as we move away from heartbreak and toward joy. Our initial reaction to skunk medicine may be, yuck, no thank you. Upon further reflection, however, we may find that skunk medicine is exactly what we need. Irony? Paradox? Yes, indeed. This small creature and its distinctive markings keep much larger predators at bay with nothing more than hearsay. Skunk medicine may not hold up in a court of law, but it works wonders in our social interactions. Quoting medicine cards, your self-respectful attitude will repel those who are not of like mind, and yet will attract those who choose the same pathway. So that's just a little bit of information about skunk and how that medicine can help us on our path into relating better and moving past that fear that comes up when we're putting new theories into practice, closing that gap between theory and practice. And then let's see, our second totem organ, we'll talk about wolf, and then we'll save dragonfly and alligator for tomorrow, Thursday. Okay. Maybe it is wolf, our inner teacher that prompts us to gaze skyward, searching for the glowing orb that waxes and wanes its way across the night sky. We look up full of wonder, anticipating the sight of the full moon, or anticipating the sight of the moon in full bloom that captivates us all. An urge from deep within coaxes us to let our heads fall back and our cares fall away, coaxes us to howl fully of the sadness and joy in our hearts, freeing us from the narrow domestic walls, surrendering to our primal knowing. Ow! It's not even a full moon and I want to howl when I read about wolf medicine. I'm learning that I am safe, that my emotions that have came out as so overwhelming that were triggered by childhood trauma almost 20 years ago now. These emotions that were so threatening will not kill me. The pain that was so great that I longed for death as a child can be released through words, through asana, through yoga practice, through dance, through music, through movement. Maybe all I ever needed to do was howl at the moon on a hot summer's night. As the end of summer approaches and the coolness of the fresh autumn air begins to make short appearances, we call Wolf to our side, a wise companion on our journey from heartbreak to joy, who guides us through the endless cycles of life. As the seasons pass, our animal guides continue to reveal the inner path that moves us toward joy and celebration. As we begin to share the lessons we've learned on the inner journey with others during the relations stage, paradox, irony, and duality begin to emerge in the gap that exists between theory and practice. These gaps and inconsistencies can create doubt and fear if we find ourselves alone, searching for a teacher. And Wolf, we can call Wolf to our side to be our teacher, and we'll talk more about Wolf and the teacher and how Wolf can help us fill that gap. And how it aligns with our campaign, because the greatest teacher of all is the teacher within, and it is wolf medicine that most closely identifies with that teacher within and helps us tap into it. So I hope you enjoyed that excerpt and that information about animal guides and paradox, rising of duality, as well as some of that chakra information and the free-flowing more and more energy coming into our systems and running up and down, and giving us the motivation and excitement to build the life of our dreams. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.